What's poppin'? It's your boy, Young Father, All Father, low-key zooted up. Today's video, I made a video about Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. I accidentally made a mistake and posted that shit on my own YouTube, the one I watch shit on. I'm probably gonna upload that one on this channel a little bit closer to that fight. I might edit it some and then upload it a little bit closer to that fight. The upcoming heavyweight world championship bout in UFC. Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic. Now, yesterday on the Instagram Explore page, I saw a very interesting piece of information about Daniel Cormier that I guess I had never paid attention to. I obviously knew it. I've seen the tail of the tape in Daniel Cormier fights. It wasn't, I guess it was just lost on me. He's done everything he's done. He's achieved all of his accolades with the same height and reach as bantamweight Sugar Sean O'Malley. Not to say that height and reach and things like that determine who's gonna win a fight, because they obviously never do. Those things are indiscriminate. The tail of the tape does not determine a fight, and it never once has. However, it's still extremely notable. I actually thought back upon reading that piece of information to the first Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic bout. I'm probably gonna insert that clip right here.
The champion. That's something significant right hand there.
Oh, and then he clinches. Exactly what you gotta do.
Oh,
But if you go back and you watch that fight, Daniel Cormier, he tied his hands up and he bopped him. He back up, come back, he tied his hands up, bopped him. Came back, tied his hands up, bow with the elbow, knocked him out cold. Incredible. Stipe Miocic had I don't know how long the reach advantage was, but I know Stipe had a 5-inch height advantage. By that logic, he probably had a 4 or 5-inch reach advantage on Daniel Cormier. In the second fight, Stipe played it a bit smarter. He moved better. He finished DC, and he deserved it. It was a very good fight. Stipe Miocic is incredible. He's an incredible boxer. When he chooses to move to the best of his ability, he can throw in kicks. He can utilize takedowns. He has excellent takedown defense when necessary. He's a very clutch guy. Even when he's down bad and bleeding, he can still knock you out. The second bout was definitely incredible. Now, I still got people saying things about how Stipe is he's gonna dust DC oh so easy. It's gonna be oh so easy. That is just not the case. I've also heard people put in points for other fighters in the heavyweight division and how they would fare against DC. I don't see Francis Ngannou beating DC, even though DC said he doesn't want to fight Francis Ngannou. Assuming DC can come in with his hands held high and work Stipe the same way he did in the first fight, because I believe that is possible again. DC controlled that fight, and it wasn't up to DC whether or not he put his hands up, because if he didn't, he would have got caught with a shorter man's hammer fist, and that's unreal. That's unreal. And DC was working that shit, because DC is fucking nice. DC is a world-class fighter, and he can freak it regardless of if he's in a division where the guys average 6'3", or if he's in a division where the guys average 6'1". It doesn't matter. DC's gonna snap. He never once was a welterweight. He never once was a middleweight. He never once was somewhere where his height would make a little more sense. Sugar Sean is a really tall bantamweight. He's very skinny though. This isn't about Sugar Sean. This is about DC and Stipe. I remember playing UFC Undisputed 2009. I believe it was Stipe Miocic versus Mirko Cro Cop. I really hope I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll probably correct this in the comment section or in the bio. But he can kick a nigga head off, bro. He can kick a nigga head off. It's gonna be an excellent fight. Please tap in, let me know. Who do you think's gonna take the third fight? Do you think DC is gonna take it, or do you think Stipe is gonna take it? Who do you think the winner should fight next? Question no sense. It's been your boy, Young Father, All Father. Tap in, follow me. Another interesting piece of information that I just heard. Daniel Cormier is actually apparently going into this rubber match weighing more than he's ever weighed in his career. He's planning on going and weighing 240 pounds. And I'm not 100% sure if that's a good look or not, but DC's probably still gonna beat his ass. I'm betting on DC because I really fuck with DC.